Hey guys, doing a little poetry in motion pop by in the van. It was, I don't remember exact date, but I was in the back of the van for the first poetry reading. Yeah, and I figured it's been a while since I've actually shared some of my poetry, and I have so many. I've actually got the publisher underway now, which is really exciting. So I'm going to be doing my first published volume of the Poetry in Motion, three words in honor of poet. Poets honoring poet. All right, I'm just going to jump right in and share, because I do want to be more diligent on having short little sweet videos for people. I know my attention span can be that way too. Okay. I'm going to, where was that one? That guy. Sweet. I'm going to begin with Once Upon a Bee-Style Freestyle. So it wasn't 3 words, it was just once upon a time. What more is there really to say? We've been from one extreme to the next and still stand perplexed when hitting the repeat button. Maybe we're all just a bunch of gluttons of common ignorance, because we tend to air such suspense around the blatant obvious, acting all suspicious, never wanting to admit our own malicious ways. So entitled, there's too much that doesn't even faze us anymore. We'll shut the door on truth, then feed the vision of Doctor Who and his phone booth, flailing with our own time. Yet unwilling to even so much as flick a dime at our old war vets. We wouldn't even hesitate not to bet it all in on black or red. I once heard some reference that life is like a game of roulette. I wonder how long was took to reflect on such notion, or how deep the chords of devotion ran into the soul of self before we rose in memory of what wealth actually means. We can market the fluff, or like Brother Dub said, take the shit and make it gleam. It may seem as though we got it, yet never really remembering who actually brought it. Deep, deep is me. But I love it. And I'm really happy, and it's an honor to share, finally, all these years. This was a 3-worder. Purple, elephant, and rainbow. From purple people eaters to the elephant in the corner, who would be the one to foresee all colors, or even just the depths of you or me? This human race places too much on face value, while chasing imaginary pots of gold at the end of some rainbow. Folklore once told would perhaps take the truth of some bold little leprechaun to remind many of the real race we've yet to run. But just in case the many who think they know are ready to unveil the truth is that in which we choose to show, I'll draw my bow with Diana's ease, hoping any mark met would ensure the appease and ignite the truth of supremacy, to well define the essence that stems from self-mastery. When one meets the gates of ascension in humble wisdom, only then reaching that realization of the divine holy kingdom that comes from within, and finally learn to comprehend that sin is just a number, and all rules are meant to bend, but honest law will always be just. As it is, will it be, its truth eternally etched within the depths of you as well as me. And that's as long as we continue to hold or strive for true integrity. Yeah, I like that one. Really, really do. It's pretty rad, I'll get 3 words off someone. I really want to level this channel up so I can do live 3-worders and stuff. That'd be sweet. But yeah, like even when I'm reading them back to people, it's so awesome because I'm like a vessel. When I get going and the pen's just flowing, it's like sometimes I even like, yeah, that's sweet. And this one is, I'm gonna dedicate it to my biggest fan. It was the first draft of past, present, and future. I found it. And actually what happened earlier was reading through it. I just didn't like the way the end, it came really abrupt. So I kind of scratched that and totally banged off a whole new ending, which I'm totally feeling. So I hope you enjoy. Hope you all enjoy. We have past, present, future. It's been said that we can't change the past. We're to learn to forgive and let go. How come then people tend to place more emphasis on what we know, forgetting the entire time it's rather about what we would choose to show? Amidst all the fragmentation, it appears so many struggle to remain present in the sheer gift of presence. Drowning in pools lacking any suspense, predictable are the ways. We will our faith forward. Shall we hope? Oh wait, we will our faith forward with hope held tight. Shall we will our faith forward, knowing no promise that we could ever get it right? Perhaps this, okay, I totally messed that up. I'm gonna do this one again from the top. I'm sorry guys, I hate it when it's like choppy like that. I like the flow, right? It's all about the impact. It's been said that we can't change the past. We're to learn to forgive and let go. How come then people tend to place more emphasis on what we know, forgetting the entire time it's rather about what we would choose to show? Amidst all the fragmentation, it appears so many struggle to remain present with the sheer gift of presence. Drowning in pools lacking any suspense, predictable are the ways. Shall we will our faith forward with hope held tight, knowing no promise that we could ever get it right? Perhaps this round of future to come will remain kissed by the sun, and we finally admit defeat, allowing the lessons to sink in deep and our wisdom to shine on in the sacred keep, akashically, where all truth remains untouched and we finally accept the human in us. I really like that new ending. I do. I think it's fantastic, you know, because I think that's where a lot of the fragmentation and like the layers and the filters all come from in this place, you know, is this like constant search for perfection, really, rather than embracing all the beautiful little flaws. And in its natural state, in consistent motion forward, it truly is, you know, just flawless. I redefined perfection a while back, but I'll share it again with you guys now. To me, like, perfection is a continuous state of acceptance, allowing everything to be just precisely what it is in each moment, you know? Perfection. The allowance to be, you know? No, like, strive to achieve to a different standard or whatever, you know, like all the social norms and like this fluctuating scale of seeming hierarchy of what's better, or, you know, to strive for. Like, ultimately, if every one of us just strived to be the best version of ourselves, then we're fucking perfect. That's the way I see it. That's all we need to do, right? And then everything else just ripples on out. And that's it. That's what I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the poetry and motion, emotion, right? Allowing emotions to move through us like a conduit. And as they move through us, that's where that labeling process comes into play, right? And we don't need to label anything. We don't need to explain why we're just feeling a feeling. You know, that's not what defines us. It's the great defining of ourselves and what we stand for, and just staying absolutely true to that. That was like what JC, I can't help it. Jesus, that man, you know, it's so funny because I used to struggle, like anything that had any kind of religious connotation behind it or whatever, like I just struggled with the words. I have nothing against religion, you know, I'm all about like whatever does it for you. That's okay, because we're not all meant to like follow that same passage, right? If you look at like the whole of our temple, if all the little cells all just kind of followed each other rather than in their own fluidity working together for the whole of it to work, to function properly, you know, like that's kind of one way I look at it, like as a whole, coming into our wholeness, individually speaking. It's so important that we're all on our own path, and then how it comes together in unison, right? The best job we can do to contribute to the whole is by figuring it all out within ourselves, right? And then allowing our hearts, our intuition to guide us forward. The head, that can be hacked. It's like a computer, right? Those tinfoil hat dudes, man, they weren't crazy. But yeah, like true story. The brain, that's where things get caught up and mixed in and confused and all that. When we're moving straight from our heart, we can do no wrong. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's our better judgment. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope everybody is well, and I plan to see you again very soon.